And we're back.
Yeah.
Thanks to everybody for watching. That was a great video. Thanks to me.
Thanks to you. That's right.
And
What'd you do?
it was
His
we
filming and videography.
Oh.
Yeah.
So where can people get your stuff?
MichelleDavisFitness.com. I always love to blog about certain stuff, just to kind of keep people in mind about certain things, just with their life in general. So yeah, MichelleDavisFitness.com. But
We have Michael Haley, owner, Platinum Physiques, my coach, her coach, the guy that makes things happen.
the booty man.
And there's people in this world that something happens, maybe you lose some weight, you do a show, you succeed, and then all of a sudden you become this genius, right? You want to tell people what to do and show them what to do and do it right? That doesn't happen. And so, Michael, what do you think is wrong with the fitness industry and mindset today?
I feel a lot of heat coming off of you first. Woo! Is there an AC in this place? Woo! I need some water to cool you down.
I know. I asked David to ask me these questions a couple weeks ago because I have a lot of clients that are really, amazing people, and they're on their fitness journey. They're doing extremely well, and then somebody walk up in the gym and just say, "Hey, you need to train your triceps like this," or maybe you should try this diet, or maybe and a lot of times people have good motives. They maybe did have a good fitness journey themselves and they've lost some weight, or that they really want to help you, and so they might have a good intention. However, there's a lot of people that are uneducated, or they're unreliable in what they're trying to tell you to do. There's so many variables about David Lee and Michelle Davis that they don't know. So for somebody to come up and say to Michelle, you need to do this, first of all, who is this person saying that to you? How educated are they? Have they trained, female fitness competitors before? Have they trained, hundreds of them like I have and put them on stage? Do they know if she has any medical issues? Do they know if, maybe she has injuries, or there's certain things, or maybe somebody has an eating disorder, or, something that, they're giving advice when they don't have the information. They don't have the right information.
This sounds like multitude of comments that have built up that you just are like, you know what? I got to say something.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's because I have, I'm training 85 people right now, between the online and the people in person. And I will get this where somebody came up to me in the gym and said that I should do this for my triceps. Or, hey coach, what does this diet look like? Because somebody told me, I'm like, who told you about this diet? Exactly who was it who said this? And do they have the education and knowledge and success of what your coach has that's telling you to do that?
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
And again, it could be somebody with a big heart, or then you have the haters. And the haters might come up and say, hey man, or let's just use Michelle for an example. You're looking a little too thin. Okay.
Can I say something there?
Yeah.
Okay, so every single one of my shows, and I've done 6. I'm not a professional, I'm a baby bodybuilder, but every time I look around and I say, don't compare, keep your mindset, say thank you, be grateful. And I swear, even myself, I go, geez, I'm really lean. One thing, very important, is I came in day one saying, I have really skinny, Michael, no. You never say skinny. Don't ever say fat. Think about the words that you are expressing and telling yourself, and I guarantee that's how your body image is. So I now use the words like lean, firm, tone, and that to me is something that I learned from Jan and from you.
Yeah.
And so it's more of the mindset that I go in thinking that when I'm looking at the judges and they're doing the comparisons, the mindset is what's carrying me forward. And a lot of the times you see that right off the bat when people are not confident, they're disrespecting others because they want to feel good about themselves, the bullying, the trolling, and I think to myself, thank you, but do I even know you? Do I want to give my energy to that person? And you said that's another thing Michael said. If people are around you and they're giving you toxicity and being a poison, cut them out.
Yeah.
Just like Danny from Full House, cut it out.
That was Joey. That was
Right?
Joey.
Amen.
Or Joey, yeah.
Yeah. So we do get this. We get as bodybuilders, you know, we get the haters that are out there,
Yep.
and they're the ones that are trying to give you this opinion to maybe hurt your feelings. You know, Michelle is a smaller figure competitor, so she might get the comments of, you know, you're too thin or you're too skinny, which is a bad word in our world. However, she's a 2-time overall champion. So, you know, my wife said to me one time, because she was 240 pounds and she lost 100 pounds, and she said, honestly, I've gotten to the point, my love Joanne, hi baby, she said to me, I got to the point where when people were rude to me, I straightened them right out. Now,
Right.
I believe that we should not give people the time of day. Just say, my fitness journey is between me and my coach, have a nice day, turn around and walk away. My wife, if somebody came up and said, oh, you're looking a little too thin, she would say, you're looking a little too fat. Or she would say, you know, I used to be fat like you, so I have a right to say this to you.
It's like if they have their opinion, she has every right to say her opinion, and it's not a fact. And like you said, you take in someone's opinion, and if you create that into an emotion, you're going to get pissed off, and it's your choice to choose how you filter your emotion from other people's opinions. They're not facts.
Right.
And the one thing that is very important that I heard you say was health issues. So Pinner Test is sending Gene and I free food intolerance tests because I want to see how I process red meat, oatmeal, rice in my blood. Scientifically proven. I go to DexaFit to know my mass, my body, my body index, my visceral and
Lean body
subcutaneous fat, all that stuff, and I give it to my coach. I do the scientific things that I need to do every time. After every competition, I get a blood panel. After every competition, I go to my microscopist. These are things that when I need to take a cleanse and a detox, Michael's understanding. I've taken 5 days not working out with Michael, and it's the serotonin. It's that instant gratification. But I had to find who Michelle is without the fitness. And in 5 days, I've been OCD on the gram and the Facebook, but I'm helping people, teach them and educate and motivate them about juicing and, stuff like that. And that to me is where people need to stop being so rude and be understanding, like, is she going through something? Is there something in life that they're trying to change? Are they trying to find more of a life direction where they need to do something different? And people who are stuck in life are the bullies, the people who are stuck.
You mentioned her body size, and so does that mean that body type and genetics have a say in a program design?
Absolutely, yeah. That's definitely something that we have to take into consideration. And there's a workload. What does somebody do for a living? Do they have extracurricular activities? What kind of body type do they have? Mesomorph, endomorph, ectomorph. And then once they start working out, what are their genetics like? How fast do they build muscle? Do they lean out too fast? Or maybe they put on too much body fat? So there's all of these variables, and this is what I'm trying to say. When somebody gives you opinion, okay, they don't know all the facts. Yeah. And that's the most important part of this, is that it's an uneducated... Listen, if I walked up to Michelle Davis and didn't know her and gave her my opinion without knowing the facts, I'm wrong.
There's this woman who came up to me in the gym, didn't know me. I gave her 20 minutes of my time, and after that she goes, "Are you gonna be okay?" I'm like, I'm 7 days from a competition. You do not know the science of this.
Yeah.
And that was from the Cutler.
Yeah.
But yet she took in all this information and was like, oh, I need enzymes. I need probiotics. Oh, really? You go to bed at this time? Oh, yeah. Everything.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, she looked at me and she goes, but this is okay? Well, if you're not going to trust what I say, why did you even listen to me in the first place?
Yeah. Yeah.
Trust yourself. Trust your coach, trust the process. That's what Michael has always said, trust the process. It's a learning, life is one big learning experience. Life is one big game.
Absolutely, and I can tell you guys, listen, this is really, really important to understand. David, I know his heart. I know Michelle's heart. I know all of my competitors and my coaches and the fitness people that are out there. When they look at somebody who's 100 pounds overweight, they don't look at them and judge them. Okay? So stop judging the fitness people just because they're in better shape than you and they make you feel inadequate. I'm going to be straight up. Okay?
David?
Stop doing it.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in and saying that. Thank you for coming in and giving your time. If any of you are interested, go to platinumphysiques.com, join our fitness family. David, when you started getting bigger and more muscular and you started changing, did you see how every time you'd walk down the aisle or anywhere with people, guys would get insecure and instantly look at their ladies like, are you looking at me? You're looking at me, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not being rude, but that happens a lot to me too. And so I'm going through this body therapy. You guys are going to think this is cheesy. Body therapy workshop where I'm comfortable being in a bikini because I look the way I do. I love working out. I dedicate it to my sister. What's your fitness goals and why? What's your why? And it can't be just for you. What I'm getting at is I have to be comfortable growing. And that was one thing, Michael, you told me. Are you comfortable getting as big as you're going to get? Well, I'm the only way to find out. Right? You got to trust the process. Trust the process.
Yeah.
You asked me. You did this. You wanted to go to the water park, and
I know.
It feels like we're at this point in our culture where it's not okay to look good. Like when you asked me to go to the water park, in my head I was thinking, no, if I go, I'm gonna feel like the biggest dick there because I look the way I look.
You're the biggest guy there. Why is that a problem? Because it's
everyone else.
You know why? You're not used to getting that much attention, and you've been working your whole freaking life with comedy and videography, and now fitness. That now you're getting the attention that you've always wanted. And I finally looked at that. You deserve it though, and you deserve it though too. And Michael told me at Disneyland, why were you all covered up? I know you had a good time. Why were you covered up? And I know he's the booty man. You know, Joanne got a lot of booty. She's got it. So what I'm getting at, sorry, get distracted with the butt. I told my mom immediately, I said, Mom, I don't want to scare the kids. She said, honey, you've worked this long and we're celebrating Christine's life. Why would you not want to show off Michael's work? And I said, you're right. And I put on this Mickey little crop top and we were out. My mom followed me behind. She followed behind me, and I see Jean doing that now a lot. They follow slowly behind and they look at people's reactions. And my mom loved giving the stink eye to all the guys, like, you should be ashamed of, you should be ashamed. That's my daughter. I love that. That to me, my mom loves Michael and the Platinum Physiques, and she wears her tank top proudly, and I'm sure your wife does too. And you know, that's the thing you need to see. When you make the change, everyone in your family is going to change, everyone around you is going to want to change, and that is small, tiny, little incremental changes that all add up. And all of a sudden one day you walk down the aisle and your snowball effect happened, and you're like, holy shit, everyone's looking at me, this is weird. What do I do? Do I cover up? Do I hide? I'm trying to get over that now.
You know, so, I really want to say something about what I said earlier, and that is the fitness people in this world that are in shape are not looking at everybody else and judging you, okay? So all we know is how we feel. When you get fit and you feel good and you look good and you feel good about yourself, it changes your life. So we want that for everyone else. And I know from where David came from, I don't know if you've seen before and after pictures of David and Michelle and hundreds of my other clients, but it's the confidence that they built through health and fitness that has made them stronger in work, in relationship, and everything in life. And that's what we want for everybody in the world. So please just understand that we have, and I can tell you almost every fitness person that I know has the same heart of really understanding how good it is for everyone, and that's why we want it for you. So when we get judged, it hurts because we are people, we have big hearts, and we want the best for you. You know, and so when you guys judge the competitors or people that look like this, it just really hurts us. And so just try to understand that we're all people and we're all in this together. And if you don't feel good about yourself, if you are struggling, you need to get fit. The best thing you can do to battle depression and eating disorders, alcoholism, drugs, is to work out and get yourself healthy and fit, and it will change your life.
The biggest thing is just saying, I give up, I have no control, and I need help. Yeah. Who's going to help me? Who's not going to make me feel vulnerable and worse? And that's the biggest thing when people can't push past that. Like when they can't say, I have no control anymore. Who's going to help me? And then being vulnerable and telling their better half or their kids.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I need to put time away from myself right now. And then they feel selfish because they've put their entire lives for their kids or their business or their spouses. And when is the time when you start changing so much that your better half or your people around you don't want you to change? And they started belittling you or not wanting you to, oh, you can have that, you can do that. Come on, be with the crowd. That's when you were talking about being the solo guy in the ring, being the lonely duck, because the accountability partners fall off and all of a sudden you're left just, you will not disappoint yourself. You will not disappoint yourself. Everyone else around you might, but this guy right here woke me up. That's why I started the Michelle Davis Fitness Show, was this guy right here.
And he gives great advice. So when it comes to advice, I think I heard you mention not to get fitness advice from your doctor. Explain that a bit.
Yeah. So I just recently had a young lady that she went on birth control, and she's getting ready for a competition, and she asked her doctor, "Will this, give me water retention?" Now she's 4 weeks out from a competition, or 6 weeks at the time, and the doctor said, "Oh no, that won't hurt." Now understand something. First of all, doctors are, they're medical professionals. They're not fitness professionals. There's a big difference, okay? A lot of them they teach you, they tell you, they fix issues that you have, they give you medical advice. There's absolutely a difference between that and fitness advice, okay? That was absolutely the wrong advice, all right? She should never have went on the birth control because it caused so much water retention in the body. Now it's going to take a couple weeks to get it back off her body since she stopped. So, and then also too, understand that, did you guys know that out of all their schooling, 7 to 8 years that a doctor goes to school, they only take 4 hours of nutrition.
That's it?
4 hours. Wow. That's all. Okay.
Wow.
Now, listen. I'm not saying that there's not really good doctors out there that care, and I'm not saying there's not doctors out there that might have, certifications in nutrition and so on that are good. Most of the time, most of the cases, and most of the stories that I hear from the doctors are, you have an issue. Here's some pills. Here's this. Do this. They don't go after and try to fix the issue. They just mask it by using drugs.
Remember the blog I did about the culture of the Western health plan?
Yeah.
So do you think that doctors are pre-programmed by the education, but that education doesn't really come together when it comes to things like fitness? I mean, they have a base learning of what their curriculum is.
Sure.
And they just go by the textbook. But I certainly feel like getting an education is one thing, but hiring a professional is another. A professional that has years. Because Michael, you came from Jack LaLanne.
Yeah.
Let's be frank. I like hot dogs, but Jack LaLanne was like the king of fitness.
Yeah,
you came from him.
Yeah.
He sprouted you up to become who you are today.
Yeah.
There's a legacy along with that story, that when you go to the doctor's office and you get a prescription and they ask you what your symptoms are, that's just giving you a list of what they feel like, in their opinion, in a medical term, is wrong with you. Mm-hmm. And that could be a diagnosis of a virus or a symptom of something you need to get a deeper reading on, or maybe an annual check. But when it comes to a personal trainer, like the hot dogs and the pills, Ernest, that's my man. But when it comes, I posted today on Michelle Davis Fitness Support, how many times you go to a doctor and all they want you to do is take a pill? Because I was going to blog about how Michael and I, the doctors joke about how we have high cholesterol. Oh, get him on Lipitor right now. How everything is masked with a pill, and unfortunately the doctor's job is just to do ABC to keep their paycheck so they can pay off their hundreds of thousands of debt. And to me, it's like you have to do the underground work of yourself independently to find people, find the professionals who have the testimonials, who have all the information. It's just how you're going to use it. And what is it you're trying to fix? What's your why? What's your goals?
Yeah.
you know, and not just come in and say like, oh, I'm just a hot mess, help me. Because I was like that, and it's taken 3 years to finally say, okay, you need to do these things, Michelle. This is Michelle's plan. And Michelle's plan doesn't work with anybody else. And that's, Michael, you told me that. Your food plan to the way, everything, your genetics, your DNA, you know, everybody is different. It's all...
Absolutely. And, you know, the thing is that health and fitness is being proactive to your health. And unfortunately, the doctors are reactive, you know, and you know, like I said, and thank you, Lord, for the doctors, because there are a lot of doctors. I've had situations where I've really needed medical help in my life, and thank God for them. So understand that I'm not bashing doctors. All I'm saying is that they're not health and fitness professionals, so don't ask them about health and fitness.
Yeah.
Okay? Find somebody who knows about health and fitness, and that's how you get healthy. I went to the doctor. I'm on 0 medications at 56 years old, and the doctor told me that the average 50-year-old in our country is on 8 medications. 8.
Well, let me ask.
For what?
Let me ask you, who's watching, how many medications are you taking? And that's doctor prescribed, not like natural.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you, David? Are you on any medications?
Just levothyroxine, which is a synthetic thyroid, because I was born without a thyroid gland.
Really?
Yeah, he's got to be on that.
So, see, those are
I'm on that
circumstances
Yeah.
that people need to take note when they see certain people that are too lean or too muscular or have a certain way of their body. You never know if their thyroid is functioning or not. You don't know if they're on a prescription or a medication so they can stay alive. And frankly, why is people giving anyone a hard time when we should just be grateful we're alive?
Yeah, and it's not
Seriously.
it's not just doctors that give bad advice. In fact, some people in our own circles, like friends and family gives advice and bad advice. And what would you say to that?
Well,
That's true.
definitely, that's definitely something that happens a lot. And there's 2 major things that you have to have when you accept advice, or somebody's giving it, of course. But when somebody gives you advice, it needs to come from 2 different places. One, it has to come from love. If it doesn't come from love, if it comes from hate or anywhere else, disregard. Okay?
Absolutely.
And 2 is they have to have extensive knowledge in what they're talking about. So if, you know, in the fitness industry, unfortunately, you have, you know, brothers, sisters, a lot of times parents that are concerned. You know, they see your body, but they don't understand, you know, and they're like, oh, you shouldn't do that, or you're looking too thin, or, you know, oh my gosh, you know, this is something that you shouldn't do. It's unhealthy. Yeah. Well, they have the heart. They love you, okay? But they just don't have the knowledge. Right. They have to have both, okay? So you have to have extensive knowledge. If somebody walks up to you in the gym, are they coming to you with the right heart? And do they have extensive knowledge, okay? And I would say, you know, if you have a coach like myself, do they have extensive knowledge that is more than what I have? Have you put 150 female competitors on stage and have hundreds of over 150 top 5 first place or top 5 placing competitors in competitions, and all of my competitors are healthy? They're extremely healthy, right? So if somebody gives you advice and they have more knowledge or more wins than I do, the proof's in the pudding, listen to them, okay? But I would be hard pressed, even in general, somebody walking up to you in the gym and giving you advice. Where are they coming from? Is it a big male bodybuilder that thinks he knows what he's talking about, but he's never trained a woman before?
Very true.
I mean, you know, that's not good advice, because he's never worked with any women. It's completely different training women than men in bodybuilding or any kind of competition. The other thing I want to cover too, since we're on the subject, is the internet. Okay, you go on the internet and I can get, you know, 12 things that tell me that this is good and 12 things that say the same thing's bad. Okay, so it's very confusing, and I understand that. All right, so make sure that you do extensive research if you do it online, and then talk to a professional about it, because the fact is that there's so many different opinions on what's out there. And again, who's giving you that advice? Who's giving you that advice? Just because somebody did a blog on it, you know, nowadays when I Google something and I go and look, I'm like so confused on who's talking and what they give no background of who they are or how much extensive research or, you know, what they've done, but you're going to give me your advice? Are you freaking kidding me? You know, so especially when it comes to fitness advice, you know, it's like, look, here's the bottom line. If you're going to play football, are you going to go to the player or are you going to go to the coach? and ask his opinion on how you should play football.
very true.
The player?
Coach.
You're going to go to the coach, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing in fitness. Don't go to the other players. And if you're a player, don't walk up to another player and say, man, you should catch the football like this. All right? Because guess what? They catch it differently than you do, or they're in fitness especially.
I want to thank everybody who's watching on Facebook Live. If you are resonating with what Michael is saying, please like and share. And anyone who is interested in getting more information, platinumphysiques.com, the end of June, Battle in the Desert.
29th.
Going to see some of your competitors on stage. And David, you're going to be competing when?
November 2nd.
Nice.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
I love it. Very, very excited.
We're not done yet, are we?
No.
Okay, I have one more question. I have one question for you. When it comes to advice, how about trainers? Trainers, like, if a trainer's never done a competition, should he be training someone to do one?
Absolutely not. Most trainers that come out of getting a certification have general knowledge in health and fitness, and they can help somebody in a general state work out, do some muscle imbalance testing, and get them on a plan that would help them to maybe lose a little weight and tone up. Competitions are a completely different ballgame. Mm-hmm. Okay? And if somebody's going to get somebody ready for a competition, if they've never done a competition, first of all, they have no clue what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I would never do that. And then you have to look at, and again, I had somebody contact me just recently and say, I know the person who actually edited your book, and she wants me to train with you because she said, I can't argue with the photos. He goes, there's so many, she said, there's so many photos, the proof is in the pudding, right? So if you're going to train with anybody, ask them, where's the before and after pictures of your clients? Especially competitors. How many competitors have you put on stage? And what's your record? Okay, have you won shows? Have you put any females on stage before? And have they done? How did they do? What do the photos look like? If you're going to hire a fitness professional to get you ready for a competition, you better make sure that they know what they're doing, they're good at it, and they can show a lot of winners. Okay, yeah. Or you just take a shot with somebody and trust them and see how it comes out. If you're willing to do all that work off of a maybe, then that's up to you. But if you want to win a show or you want to do extremely well, then you better hire somebody who knows what they're doing.
It also has to do with if it's just a mom who lost weight having a baby, or if it's someone who's trying to go pro.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the level of dedication, and then that's when a lot of the competitors can't compare themselves. Because one level of competition, like with Phoebe, she's going to go to Olympia, but yet some of them just want to do it for fun.
Sure.
So there's a certain nature where it is your moment, and they need to not reflect off of anybody else except their coach.
Sure.
For that recognition, that approval, and competitions aren't a cupcake walk.
They're pretty hard.
I wish they were. That'd be tasty.
A cupcake walk?
Yeah.
No.
Let's do a
Like,
cupcake
I
walk.
love you, donut.
Let's do a
Donut this
cupcake
much.
walk after our next show.
That'd be just like, except can I do it with my hands, like a handstand? Like I'll walk and just.
But you know what I noticed? I noticed that the more competitions I do, the easier the prep gets. And then when I hear the newbies complain about their prep, I'm like, wow, I
Do you
used
ever
to be
feel
like that.
yeah, like I want the attention?
I used to
This is
complain
so
like that.
hard. Someone feels sorry for me.
Now we just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can tell you that's interesting because I always, the new competitors, I love training new competitors and my seasoned competitors, but it's interesting to watch about 3 to 4 weeks, which we're about 4 weeks out now from this competition, is the people who've competed before, I'll say, like Nicole Doki, or, the two-time overall champion, she's amazing, she's competing to go pro. You know what I told her?
What?
Pick your pro show. Pick your, not pro qualifier.
Talk about dedication.
I said, I want you to pick your pro show before competing in Masters Nationals. I want to know what your next show is, your pro show.
Ah, okay. That way it sets her up.
Yeah, I'm like, you're going to win. And so I want the pro show. I want to know when we're going to start training for that next show, your pro show, your first pro show.
I was supposed to train with Nicole the day that we were supposed to go to Wet and Wild on Monday. And I had to text Nicole, and I wanted to train so much with her because I know but I'm like, Nicole, I feel like cockapoo.
What
She was like, okie dokie.
well, what her last name is Doki.
Well, that's why I said that.
What I was saying there, though, is that I'll ask, like, you guys and say 3-4 weeks before, how are you doing? You're like, okay. That's all I get, because it's going to be tough, and how it looks, and it's okay. And then the new comparison, oh my God, I'm starving to death. I'm not going to make it. I'm going to die.
I love it. This last show, not the color, the one before that.
Yeah.
The Samson.
The Samson, yeah.
You had like 7 newbies.
Oh, yeah.
And afterwards, it was like you had babysat like 19 toddlers for 2 days straight. Like, I can't stand all this babying. Gosh, Donna, you give it. Give them away. Here you go. I always can tell right before a show, you get a little pissy.
Yeah.
Like the diva, it's true. The little diva in him comes out like, oh God, I have to set myself up for all of this. Help me. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Every time I'm like, how does he do that with all the newbies? Michael, look at me. Michael, look at me. Michael, look at me. Is this okay? Michael, look at me.
Yeah, it's stressful, and I have such a big heart. I really want everybody to do well, and so I really care. Mm-hmm. So I sometimes get more anxietous for competitions than my competitors do, but I don't really show it to them. I know that my seasoned competitors, you guys, know me well enough to can see the difference between normal and the stress state that I'm in, but my new people really don't see it. Because
I laugh because I walk out and Michael's like this. It's like he's walking the pose with me. I'm like, yes. And then he's like, yes. Yes. It's so funny. But that's the kind of coach you need. I swear. I know, that's funny, right?
Yeah, that's funny. It's like when you bowl. Have you ever thrown the bowling ball and then you lean to try to get the ball to do what you want it to do?
Yeah.
I know everybody's done that, right? That's what I'm doing.
You're playing a video game, you're like, turn.
Yeah, when the bikini girls turn around, I start pushing my butt back, like, push.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I know, and then all I can hear is Joanne say, fight for it, girls, fight for it.
I know, it's so funny.
I can always hear Joanne say that, fight for it, girls.
I like how you prep Nicole Doki for her first pro show.
Oh gosh!
And it's a really good tactic.
So
like, when did you your first pro? She's not even pro yet.
No.
And the reason why is because I haven't told anybody this. You two are the first people told, aside from my wife and the public was there.
Yay!
I want to buy me these reeds. A reed is a thing that goes right under the saxophone lip.
I like it how you said it like that. That was like, I want to buy me these reeds that go right under the saxophone lip. I'm like,
why is that? Because eventually I'm gonna have a saxophone.
what?
I want to learn the saxophone. That's something that's been stewing on my mind for the last month. I don't know why.
I was in honor band. I played the
so cool.
saxophone. I can teach you.
Do you have one?
No, but I know how to play one.
Oh, that's awesome.
I played the clarinet, and then in high school I transitioned to saxophone.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's something I'm
Well, and the point that you're making here is that whatever you decide that you're going to do, if you know you're going to get there, then you set yourself up for that. I am so confident that she's going to get that pro card. I want to know when that show is. I want to know when that pro show is. And so she's like, really? I'm like, yeah. So Phoebe was there posing with Nicole and a couple other competitors, and I said, Phoebe, your job is to work with Nicole and find me a pro show that's after this competition coming up, so that we can put her in it.
Oh, and Phoebe's like, oh, I'm jonesing. Why are you doing this to me,
And
coach?
Phoebe's like,
Gosh.
why aren't you picking a pro show for me?
No, that's exactly that's what she's doing. She's like, this show should be mine.
Hey, Phoebe will be a pro.
Phoebe
will be
sending
an
you
Olympian
love.
competitor. Phoebe
Gosh.
will be an
And
Olympian
Kristen.
competitor. Yeah,
Girl.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Good stuff. So did we get all of the heat off of you that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I just, it's just very frustrating because it's confusing too. Whenever you're going through your fitness journey and somebody gives you advice, a lot of times it'll make you question what you're doing, and you have to stay on track with what you're supposed to do, run it through all the way, whether you're with me or you're doing your own thing, do it all the way first, see if it works. That's the only way that you learn. If you switch midstream on everything that you do in life, you'll never know if it actually worked. So run it through, and then if it doesn't work, then switch.
Very well said. My mom recently visited, and she asked me, Michelle, how big are you going to get, and how long are you going to do this for? And I said, you need to ask Michael, because we have this plan. And if I try and explain it to her, it'd be like a football player asking another football player. And I said, you need to ask the coach. So I took her to the gym with me. My mom deals with a little anxiety, so she was like, where's the Starbucks? Get me out of here. But she asked Michael a couple questions, and she spent some time talking to him. And that is what I really, really appreciated, was here I was doing my sets, and my coach actually took the time to talk to my mother to explain to her the process that we have been doing for a long time. So it's something that you out there should really, really take that in. Like, who is someone who is building you up? Who is someone that is a professional? Have you ever thought about a personal trainer that's going to transform you in ways you can't do yourself?
Absolutely, yeah, and her, her mother, I love her. She's got a huge heart, and I would say that most of the time, parents, all they care about is, are you healthy?
Yes.
Is what you're doing here, because they don't know, is it healthy or is it going to hurt you, right? And so that's all her mother's concern was, and it was just very simply explaining all the experience that I've had and so many women that I've worked with, and everybody's extremely healthy, and bodybuilding is healthy, fitness is healthy, Michelle is super healthy, and David and myself, we're so that's why we do it, and that's why you guys need to do it. If you're not into health and fitness, it's the best thing you possibly can do for your life. It will change your life, I promise. Is it easy? No, it's not a cakewalk. You have to get up every day and you have to develop a discipline to work out and eat clean, but I promise you it'll be the best decision that you ever make.
Courtney really put it in a way. Courtney's in the fitness family. We were all supposed to go to Wet n Wild, and she said, honey, when we made those Wet n Wild plans, I knew you were too tired. She said that overachieving, that overstressing, the workaholics, like we were talking about at the very beginning of the show, like, you can't make the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I have to pull myself back and say, okay, time to take a chill pill. Take 2 steps back before I take 1 step forward.
Yeah.
And so it's the things like that I find in life. Life is stressful. So you need the professionals to help you get through the health and the fitness. But ultimately, I have to find the balance to manage the stress. Because when you bring on the stress from people's opinions, people telling you what you should be doing, the stress from life is stressful, How do you manage that? And I find exercise helps manage stress so much easier. And eating clean and getting a good night's sleep and having people that care about you, like, who are the 5 people that bring you up the most in life? Those are the things you got to do yourself. But there are fantastic people around you with the tools you need.
Damn right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, quick question, last question from me to you. So how long? How much longer are you going to be doing this? I give myself five more years.
I say about that too. Yeah. I wrote a blog like what I'm planning on doing after bodybuilding. And as long as Michael's in the business, I'm going to continue. And then whenever he kind of says, okay, enough's enough, I say, okay, can I join your security team now? Are my guns big enough? Because I can't, you can't go anywhere. No, I'm just kidding. But that's the plan, is just to continue keeping my health a priority. The regimented lifestyle, I just love. I love waking up at 5 a.m. I love going to bed at 9 p.m. I give myself some days to go to a Janet Jackson concert, but gosh darn it, Michelle, you can't do Disneyland and Janet Jackson and a makeup lesson and Wet n Wild, on top of training. You have to give her, it's a balance. I have an issue with balance.
Yeah.
I'm trying, Courtney, I'm balancing.
Well, now, I want to clarify the question.
Okay.
How long do you continue to do this? Is talking about competition. Health and fitness is something that I'm sure we will all continue.
Oh, yeah.
I started when I was 15 years old. I just turned 56, so I'm 41 years into health and fitness now.
Yay.
And I'm going to tell you that I'm going to probably be working out when I take my last breath. So I love the lifestyle and the health that it's afforded me to have.
He's going to be like one of those 105-year-olds still moving on the track that are viral on YouTube. Like, look at him go. Look at him go. He's still going. Yeah, my mom asked me, she said, how long are you going to do this? I said, well, my life is in the gym. My life. And she said, well, and I said, Mom, I don't have kids. Don't be hard on me. Like, everything I do is this. But at the same time, 2 steps back, you know, comedy, videography, family, your big dogs, all that stuff. It was funny. I'm in the gym and I'm like, if you had the land, Michael, you'd have like big Clydesdales. And he looks at me, he goes, I already have one.
Have you seen some of the girls' legs that I train? They're a bunch of Clydesdales.
Yeah, so hump day goes out to the Platinum Physique girls. Every hump day we love to post our pics, don't we, girls? That's right. Yeah.
But health and fitness is something that you will want to continue to do for the rest of your
Forever.
life. And working out and being healthy and being in the gym, and you know, it's just so crucially important. I don't know what my life would be like if I didn't work out. I know that if I miss 2 or 3 days, I feel like something's missing and I don't feel good.
I feel that.
You know?
Yeah. Yep.
So.
But you know, it's how much have you learned about yourself ever since you started competing? Like every single competition I do, I learn so much about my strengths, my weaknesses, everything. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it's very eye-opening for me, and shows me that I can do more things.
Like
with
what
this.
else is possible?
Yeah.
That's the amazing thing. And when you walk out on stage, it's like, I think that's the closest you get to heaven before you get there. When it's like the white light and it's this instant like, oh my God, I'm floating. I'm floating. And it's like the more you do it, the more you realize you're still alive. So don't take that for granted. Like, don't waste the time you have alive to when you're laying on your deathbed, like Les Brown says, when you got all of your goals and dreams in mind that you never achieved that are standing over you like ghosts, haunting you, saying you should have achieved this, you should have done this, and you could do it right now.
Right.
So call this guy.
Call him.
Call him.
And how can they find you and or reach you?
My cell phone is 702-277-4613, and I am on PlatinumPhysiques.com and also PlatinumPhysiques LV on Instagram and Facebook.
I like how you emphasize the platinum. Platinum. And tell everyone about the logo and what it stands for so that people kind of understand.
Yeah, the logo's, the atom, it's the science behind the method that I use to train people and get them in shape. And a lot of times people think that I only train competitors, but we have half of our clients that we work with are not competitors. They just want to lose weight and tone up. It's absolutely a science. The science of getting somebody's physique to go to any level, the food plan and the workout plan and the cardio plan and all the things that you have to go through to get the body to do what you really want it to do to get the goal that you want is an absolute science. So the science behind that is the method that I use.
If someone wanted to do a show, how much time do they need before that can happen?
It depends on the person. A lot of times, if somebody needs to, it depends on what their body fat percentage is. I can typically drop 1% of body fat per week off of someone. So I just met with a lady today. She said that she was probably about 24% body fat. I want her at 8, so it'll take me about 16 weeks, about 4 months.
And that's
Now,
good to calculate.
Yeah, and remember this too, when getting somebody in condition to step on stage only means that you're lean enough to step on stage, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have the muscle in the right areas. Putting on muscle takes a lot of time. So I can get you in condition for competition right away. Hi, Bridget.
Hi, Bridget.
And I can get you in shape to step on stage in typically anywhere from 12 weeks up to 6 months. But if you want to be a great competitor, it takes more time because we have to build muscle in the right areas. It takes years to build
like muscle in the booty, which I want to show your booty video.
My booty video?
The booty video you made for Platinum Physiques.
Oh, that video.
With Joanne.
When did I do
You're
that?
like, I did a booty video? When? Hey, Nick, can you roll that commercial that David made with your wife? I want to show this to everyone watching.
Absolutely, that'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Roll it.
And Bridget, I'm proud of you, by the way.
Yeah.
You look so good on stage. I'm so proud of you.
Nick, does he have it?
It's coming.
Oh, okay. We have to be patient. Be patient, everyone. So, yes, July 28th. Buy your tickets. Go see. 29th.
Yeah.
It's going to be where?
June 29th, and it is at Texas Station.
Mm-hmm.
It's in 4 weeks from Saturday, and come out and watch the show. They're a lot of fun. They're very motivating, so if you've never done one or you're considering doing one, come out and watch, and come up to the booth and say hi. We would love to talk to you.
I'd say that's the best way before you even consider is going to a show. Because people who have never gone and they go, they finally see like, wow, everything that's put into it. They see all the hard work that's needed.
That's
Do we have it?
not yet. Not yet.
Not yet? Okay,
Yeah, here's the
okay.
other one, yeah.
Hey, David, when are you going to be doing your comedy next?
I'm gonna be performing at Tickle Me Comedy Club June 11th to the 22nd.
Where's that at? Tickle me.
That's at where is
Eclipse.
that? At the Eclipse Theaters.
Which you have a new theater, brand new theater that's coming up. You told me about. Can I say it?
Yes.
Good job, Phil Perito. They got a whole new, their own private third story
Oh,
comedy
nice.
club. I know, he looks at me. He doesn't even have to say anything. He gives me this like, what?
What are you trying to
What
tell
are
me?
you telling me? So, okay, we're not going to play the,
She doesn't like that look when she walks in the gym, and I'm like,
it's like, I know.
what did you do?
I know.
Did you eat a churro when you were at Disneyland? I'm just kidding. Diane, if
And
you're
don't
out there.
Did we have
Diana.
the commercial to
I
play?
don't know if you downloaded it.
Oh, okay. Well, anywho, David's been doing a lot of work, and if any of you are interested in a videographer, that is amazing, here in Vegas, to work with you. Do you have that special you want to talk about a little
No.
bit? No? We'll do
No,
it
I
next
don't.
week. He's like, I need some chicken. Let's get off the air.
So let's talk about Michelle's show until we get this up.
Oh, gosh, no
She's
pressure.
competing
Yay.
in December.
When's the LA show?
In December as well, and
know,
I'm
but
not sure
like
the
Dec-
exact dates.
Okay.
I'm not really sure.
But yeah, December 9th, Bermuda, Bahama, come on free,
Man.
mama, T. Largo,
Yes.
Montego, Caribbean Grand Prix.
And I'm going to be
Yay.
in Nassau, Bahamas, and I'm going to fly over and
Which
help her
you
compete.
know, like the main guru dude at Nassau that's hooking you up. You're like, I'm just gonna go 5 days. He's gonna comp me whatever I want. I'm like, I'll be in second class eating peanuts.
Oh gosh.
I'll fly over and wave, hey.
But yeah, she's competing in a pro qualifier
Yeah.
this year, and so we're shooting for the pro card.
So excited.
Got a few that are coming this year. I'm
So
excited.
excited. Yes, but first off, Nicole, I am so pumped up.
Oh yeah.
Phoebe, you know I'm excited to see you on stage. You know you're gonna kill it.
Yeah, Phoebe's got 4 weeks to the first one as a tune-up, and then USA's. And I got to say something about Phoebe.
Yeah, USA.
So, did you know that there's only been less than a handful of 19-year-old or
She's amazing.
figure girls
She's
that have stepped into the USA
amazing.
stage?
At that age.
Yeah, only
insane.
the USA's have been around for over 20 years, and there's only been a handful of teens. There's been bikini teens, but not figure.
I look at Phoebe like, you know those massive cows that are completely covered in muscle, and you just look at them like, that's like a super
In
cow.
awe.
Like, how did that happen? That's Phoebe when she came out of the womb.
Oh man, that girl is amazing. So I'm so
Just
excited.
insane in the member. She's got so much muscle, it's intense. So, what's going on here, David?
I think Nick is pulling up the video plump
Sweet. So
Rump
tell
ad.
us about the
I think he's
Plump
got it
Rump
finally.
video. What was the inspiration behind this?
The inspiration behind this was actually it was written by Michael right here.
Yeah.
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 So,
Well, we have a program that can really puts a lot of weight training right onto the rear, and I I'm going to get in trouble for this, but I don't care. In the gym, a lot of times I see these frilly foo-foo exercises, these things that people are doing. And,
Frilly foo-foo.
yeah, frilly foo-foo is my word for pushing a cable up in the sky and all this kind of stuff. That doesn't really build a rear. So I decided that I was going to build a program that actually builds a rear on you. And so we developed a program now that we're selling, and this is the commercial that we designed, and David did an amazing job on. I love the video. So.
And shout out to the actor and actress.
Oh yes, they're absolutely amazing.
Of course, your wife. Okay.
Yeah. So, is that it for our show?
Can we play it?
Yeah.
Let's play it. And we'll come back and we'll say goodbye.
Cool.
Boy, he got in trouble.
And that Plump Your Rump logo, is amazing as well. David.
So if you're looking to plump your rump, throw out the cables, quit kicking your leg in the air, and call this dude. Cut it out.
Severe, are you on there?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Very cool. Miss you.
Yeah. So other than that, what do you guys got going on for the weekend? Any plans? You performing anywhere? Anybody doing anything fun?
I'm just doing a guest set at a Tickle Me Comedy Club.
Oh, that's all. Just a guest set. What time?
8 o'clock.
What day?
Saturday.
Saturday. At Eclipse. How much are the tickets?
I have no idea.
How many other comedians are?
Normally there's like 3 others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you do a different thing every time, or is it kind of the same?
Depends
Yeah.
on the crowd. I'll rotate
Depends.
the material.
I like depends, especially the squishy ones. What? I'm just saying. But hey, I have.
We can't end the show with that.
No, okay, we won't end the show with that. But I do want to give a big shout out to all of the Platinum Physique members, all of the competitors who are going to be competing soon in the upcoming competition, which is Battle in the Desert, Texas Station, the June 29th. In the meantime, follow David, give out all your social media contacts.
Island 9 Fit Club.
And now, what is Island 9 Fit Club?
Island 9 Fit Club, it's basically Island 9. This is the 9th island, Las
you're
Vegas.
Hawaiian?
And Fit Club.
So it's all of your motivation with exercise.
Motivation, exercise, videos that have to do with fitness, rants that have to do with fitness.
And what's your other page?
D-Lee Films.
Now, what's D-Lee Films?
D-Lee Films is a page that holds all my media stuff, all my video production.
So people are wanting to work with you, hire you, they can look at your stuff and look at all of your work there?
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, I've worked with David on quite a few things. He actually did my wedding to Joanne, and it is absolutely amazing.
Makes
I
me
promise.
cry every
If you guys or anybody's going to have a wedding or some kind of event that they need video, David's an awesome
Thank you.
guy
Yes.
to do it.
And David Lee Comedy.
And David Lee Comedy. Yeah. If you want to laugh, go
Yep.
to that.
There you go. Michael,
Yes.
where can people find you? What am I doing? Where am I doing? Social media pages.
Social media is Platinum Physiques LV on Instagram and Facebook.
Now, I like Facebook. There's 2 different Platinum Physique pages. You have like the team page.
Yeah, the team page is just for team members.
Okay.
So that you'd have to be join the team and work with me in order to be on the team page, which is Team Platinum Physiques, and then I have Platinum Physiques LV on Facebook, and then Platinum Physiques LV on Instagram as well.
And you also have your personal Michael Haley page on Facebook.
Yes.
So you can see all your cute dogs and family events and all the grandbabies and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, one last thing for the team is our party. Yeah, August 3rd.
You have no
August
idea.
3rd.
That's like
August
a whole nother
3rd,
show.
And what is the...
What's the theme?
What's the theme? Movie theater characters.
yes.
Ah, yes.
So you can be a movie theater character of any kind, animated or not.
Okay.
Okay, that's our theme.
Gonna have
It's
bar, Boo.
We're having it at Michelle's house, and we're gonna have a
don't tell them.
karaoke.
It's going to be at a private residence. I don't know whose house it
Karaoke
is.
talent
Just
show?
come and have
talent
fun.
show as part of the Battle of the Sexes.
Yeah, you better do your
Oh, it's gonna
burlesque
be
with
off
Kitty
the
Pineapple.
hook.
Put on those silicone, whatever they are.
You have to be a TV character.
Make some pasties. And yes, I'm so excited.
Sounds good.
So excited. In the meantime, David, you are one of the board operators here at WCOBM.
That's true.
Just want to give a big shout out. If anyone wants their own show, you operate it. If anyone wants their own videographer, you can do that as well. And in the meantime, Facebook, Michelle Davis Fitness Support, Michelle Davis Fitness.
That's true. Yes,
Follow me.
Yes.
I'm on the gram. And I thank you all for watching. We've had a really good time together.
Yes.
I haven't seen this guy in 5 days. So I'm like, hi, Coach. It's good to see you. I missed you so much. Yeah. Okay, anyways. But have a great weekend, everybody. And don't forget this Saturday, Tickle Me Entertainment. It's going to be at Clips Theater, which is, I love seeing him doing his thing on comedy.
We gotta go.
Yeah. All right. Love you all. Have a great
Aloha.
weekend. We'll see you next week on Michelle Davis Fitness.
Shoots.
Bye.